These are the ingredients for tonight's dinner. We have 2 chicken breasts. We have 4 of these bags of riced cauliflower. They're 12 ounces each bag. We have an onion, 3 jalapenos, cilantro, 2 sweet bell peppers from my garden. And for seasoning, we have onion powder, garlic powder, homemade chili powder, lemon and pepper seasoning, ground cumin, cayenne pepper for a little heat, some minced garlic, and we have this tomato bouillon with chicken flavoring in it, some salt, and some rice. Now, the rice is not part of what I'm cooking tonight. The way that I'm doing it tonight is going to be a low carb way. But if you are not watching your carbs and you just want to make this recipe, then you can use 2 cups of rice equals a pound. So you can do that, and I believe if you use 2 cups, it'll be 4 cups of water that you would use in this. After we boil the chicken, then we will use that broth from that in this recipe. Hey foodies! Welcome to Foodie Friday, and today I have something really delicious for you guys. We are making Arroz con Pollo, but instead, I should say we're making Arroz con Pollo sin arroz. So we're making chicken and rice, but without the rice. Today is going to be a low carb version, as you saw in the opening with the ingredients that we're going to be using. I'm replacing the rice with cauliflower rice. So I guess we could call it cauliflower con pollo. There we go. That's what we're making tonight for dinner. So I already showed you all the ingredients. You guys, this is gonna be so amazing. I made this the other night for my family and they loved it so much they asked me to make it again. So I'm making it now for you guys and for them. It's so delicious and so flavorful. I hope you try it, and if you do, let me know down in the comments. Okay, so let's get this started. So first, I turn the pot on, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the chicken breast to this water, and we're gonna just let these cook. The idea is to boil these until the meat is cooked through and tender and shreddable, so basically falling apart. And that's gonna be it's gonna take about an hour for that. Once that's done, we're going to shred that up. But while this is cooking, then you can be doing all your other food prep, like cutting up the onion, cilantro, and peppers and stuff. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Okay, so this is what we're left with after chopping it all up. Doesn't that look pretty, all the color? Okay, so the chicken breast is cooked, and all I'm going to do is take it out of here and bring it over here so that I can shred it up. You see that good broth down in there? Do not throw this out. This is good stuff. We're going to use this in this recipe, so just set it aside. We'll use this in a second. I want to say this real quick to you guys. This is just the way that I'm doing the chicken. I like to boil it. You can cut it up and saute it in a pan, or if you really want to cheat and make this an easier meal, which already it's easy, but if you want to make it an even easier meal, you can just buy some rotisserie chicken. You just can shred it up and continue with the rest of the recipe from once the chicken's already cooked. Okay, so there we have it. Shredded chicken. So I'm just going to put this aside with all my other chopped goods. And I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to bring over a big iron skillet to use for the rest of this recipe. Okay, so I'm using my big iron skillet, and I have the burner on under here already so that this can start warming up. I am going to put a little bit of oil in the bottom here. That's about 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. To this, I'm going to add my chicken and all the veggies that I chopped up. Now, I'm not doing this to cook the chicken because the chicken is already cooked, but I do want to incorporate all of the flavors into the meat so that the meat will be flavorful in this dish. So I'm going to add the onion. And then I'm going to add in all of my hot peppers and sweet peppers. And I'm just going to let that cook down for a minute. You guys, you want to cook this down until the onions have caramelized a little bit and the peppers have like those brown edges on them and look like it's been sauteed. That's how you want this to look. So I'm going to continue to watch this, and I will come back when it's ready for me to add more stuff to it. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to add in some garlic. You add in as much as you like or as little as you like or none at all. But I love garlic, so I'm going to add in a lot of garlic to mine. Then I'm going to add in the cilantro. I'm going to save a little bit to go on top. Okay. And then I'm going to start adding in my seasonings. Okay, so many of you ought to know by now, I do not measure my seasoning. So for you, I am going to attempt to do that to give you an idea of how much of everything I'm putting in. So this spoon is half a tablespoon. So I'm just going to start putting it in. Okay, so that was 3 tablespoons right there. Okay, 3 tablespoons. Of the tomato bouillon. And you guys, I'm just going to sprinkle in this lemon pepper seasoning. And you can add as much or as little as you want. I'm going to put in a little bit of this cumin. I added in a little bit of onion powder. Some garlic powder. Some of my homemade chili powder. And then some cayenne. Now, I don't want to go overboard because I don't want it to be so spicy right off from the start. But I will adjust stuff after I add in the broth. Ooh, you guys, these chilies are getting to me. Okay. So now, to this, I am going to add my cauliflower rice. Okay, I'm going to break up all these bigger chunks. And just get this mixed around in here. Okay, now we're going to add in our broth. So I'm just going to add in the amount that the bag for the cauliflower rice says to put, which is 1 cup per bag. And I use 4 bags, so I'm going to use 4 cups of this chicken broth. Okay, so now all the chicken broth was added to this. I just prefer not to, waste anything when I cook. If you guys hear me clearing my throat a lot, if I don't edit it all out, it's because these chilies is getting to me, these jalapenos. So right now, I'm going to taste this and adjust my seasoning. Ooh, that has a nice little kick to it. Okay, so I added another 2 tablespoons of the tomato bouillon to this. The only reason why I'm telling you guys specifically how much I'm putting in of that is because that's the base of the flavoring. Everything else just depends on your taste. Okay, that's really good. The only thing I'm going to do is just add a little bit more salt to mine. That's why I have the salt sitting to the side. You guys, these chilies is messing me up. Got my nose running and everything. And you can taste it as soon as I taste that broth. It has a nice little kick to it. Now, you might not like spicy stuff. You might not want yours to be spicy. You make it as mild or as spicy as you want. If you don't want this to be a very hot dish and you want it to be mild, When you're cutting and chopping up the jalapenos, just remove all the seeds and the inner membranes, and then chop up your jalapenos. That way, when you go to fry them up in this dish, a lot of the heat will be removed. It won't be hot. It'll just be flavorful, but it won't be hot. You can omit the cayenne. You can omit the red pepper flakes if you want, but I kind of like it with some kick to it. So this is just the way that I'm doing mine. So the last thing I'm going to do is just top this with some of this leftover cilantro that I have here. And you guys, I use the stems and everything. When I chop up and cook with cilantro, I use the whole thing, stems and all. And now that that is at a good boil, I am going to cover it and turn my flame down to simmer and let it simmer like this, covered, for another almost maybe 20 minutes or so, until all the water, all the juice that you saw in there, all the broth is absorbed. You'll see what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so this is done. So I'm going ahead and turn this off and plate it up. This is the end product. You guys, it's nice and hot. Looks good, smells good. If you could smell the way my kitchen smells right now, it smells so good. It's really easy. It's a very easy recipe, and it doesn't really take that long. The longest that it's gonna take is when you boil the chicken. So let me lift this up so you guys can see me. Okay, so let me taste this. You guys, it looks so good. It smells so good. All the colors that's in this, all the flavor. I guarantee you it's a lot of flavor in this. It just smells so good. It's hot though. I don't want to burn my mouth. It's hot. You can see the steam. You guys, this is definitely a winner. Now, last time I made this, my husband said he didn't miss the rice at all. And my kids didn't miss the rice at all either. They said they loved it this way. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do it this way most times. It's just good this way. It's really, really good, you guys. I guess the only thing left to say is you gotta try this. You will love it. Packed full of flavor, easy and healthy. You gotta try this. So I'm not gonna stand here and eat this whole plate right now, because I would like to put some tapatio and add some sour cream and some avocado salsa on this. So you guys, this is where I'm gonna part ways with you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you try this recipe and what you think of it. And also, you guys can follow me on Instagram at lakishakeene Saving Greens. I post photos of all the food that I cook basically on there. So thank you, foodies, for tuning in to this episode of Foodie Friday, and I will see you on the next one. As always, God bless.